So TJ Finley, college football quarterback, is going to be playing his seventh year, but wait, his seventh year on his seventh school. And, Jake, he can read you all those schools' names if he wants to. I really don't even care. But what I want to talk about, and listen, this video is not to dump on TJ Finley personally. Like there's college football is in the midst of like an abject pivot. And to blame it all on one guy, that's not the purpose of this video. We're just TJ Finley's sort of an example, though, of everything that's going on. So that's why we're highlighting him specifically, being a little bit critical of him, but mainly of college football as a whole. So want to get that clear before we start this video. Now, with that said, college football is a pro sports league now, Jake. There's just no denying it. I think you look at a team like Indiana, and all props to Indiana, but what's the average age of everyone on Indiana? It's like they're all 23-year-olds, right? They should all be like, but in college football, COVID exceptions, players getting fifth year, 6 years, seventh years, I mean, eventually the COVID exceptions will stop because, we'll get so far away from it, but all these other like injuries extensions and then players decide to stick around because they're getting paid. Like, yeah, why would I leave college if I get 500K to play at Oklahoma State or whatever? Like, why would I do that? So, college football is in an abject pivot right now. It's becoming a pro sports league. And now, again, nothing personal against TJ Finley, but I will criticize a little bit that he's going to a school like Incarnate Word. Well, who's probably on Incarnate Word? Some 19-year-old who just wants his shot. He wants to, he may have some talent. He wants to move up to the FBS. And now you got to sit behind, I don't know how old TJ Finley is, but he's in his seventh year, some 24, 25-year-old quarterback who's going to be selling cars in 2 years. Like it is, they're in the middle of an abject pivot. I would say the transfer portal. And first of all, they got to stop approving these seventh year players. It's ridiculous. I get. Six, I can get if it's like a weird like injury situation. Like I could even get that. But like college football needs to stop approving that. And then also the solution is these transfers should just be for the pros. It should be for like, guys who are so talented, like Cam Ward, for example. Me and Jake love Cam Ward, right? Like Cam Ward,
Yeah.
his best situation to make it to the pros is not at Washington State. It's at Miami. So the transfer portal should be for that, for a couple of the guys are going pro. But it shouldn't be for guys who are going to be selling cars in 2 years. And that's exactly what TJ Finley is going to be doing. So yeah, it's not his fault, but some blame could go to him. But college football's got to fix this. So, Jake, I guess. I don't know. Like, how would you go about even like addressing this, or what are you what college football should do? Like, how do you even start with that?
Yeah, so I feel like number one, I feel like, college players getting paid is just insane. You have schools that offer, millions of dollars to one quarterback to come play for their team, basically. And, you're in college, you're getting an education. Why should you be getting paid? Save that. I feel like you should save that stuff for the higher pros. Like you said earlier in the video, college football is a professional sport right now. There's no denying it right now. But I just feel like seventh and eighth years in college, why would they leave? I mean, they're getting paid. But like, I feel like college football needs to stop giving in to guys who apply for seventh, eighth years. Take Diego Pavia for example. He sued his way for another year in the NCAA. Trinidad Chambers tried to sue for another year. The NCAA said no. Trinidad is going to appeal that. Like I, I feel like it should just be like four. You said five. You said maybe we could think about six. But then after six, that's where the cutoff is. The seventh, eighth year players don't need to be
Yeah,
happy.
six is like a wild exception. Like if you had like two injury seasons, I could see that. Like five would be my cutoff. Like unless barring a crazy circumstance. But yeah, I just I don't know. Like again, do you think do you get what I'm saying about TJ Finley though? Again, nothing against the guy personally, but I do think he deserves a little bit of the blame, or Diego Pavia deserves a little bit of the blame. If they're taking away reps from guys who actually could be going to the NFL when they're not, you know. That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, nothing personal against Finley. I mean, TJ Finley is a good quarterback. I mean, he's just on his seventh team in 7 years, and I think that's a bit ridiculous. But interesting point actually you bring up about that. You talk about injuries that can get players another year. So Cam McCormick, he transferred to Miami last year. He, you know, graduated college. I'm not sure where he's at right now, but he transferred to Miami from Oregon, and I that was his eighth year in college football. Now he got 8 years because he was injured for 4 seasons, so they kept giving him new years.
Like another extension. But what I wonder is like, does the NFL like ever step in? Because if you've got like schools like Vanderbilt, if you've got, and I'll make a correction. Obviously, Diego Pavi is going to the NFL. What I meant is he's never going to be like a starter in the NFL. I don't see that.
Yeah.
You guys can come and roast me if it does happen. I don't see that happening. Um, but like, what's going to happen? Like, you got these SEC schools, you've got these Big Ten schools and they're all starting 25-year-old quarterbacks who are never going to start in the NFL, the talent is going to drop in the NFL. And I don't, they're probably going to react with that. It's like, hey, get these car salesmen out of here, so we can see some of our 20-year-old prospect, college, not 20, college age kids, not grown adults. Like I'm 24, I should not be in college or playing college football unless I'm a doctor, which I'm not. So. Uh, and I'll say it'll be interesting to see. And again, college football in so many ways, like Jake even mentioned the NIL, we didn't even get in that. All the schools transferring is in the middle of an abject pivot. They're going to pivot even more. But this is just one underside of it that I think needed to be highlighted is like, what is going on with these 25-year-olds still playing? Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even take it as far as the NIL and the transfer portal. I believe it's ruining college football, ruining the game we love.
Yeah, I think I still think it's enjoyable, but it's getting way more corporatized. It's getting way more ESPN orientated. In my ideal sense, and I've talked about this I know on the show before, not trying to get way off topic, but my ideal sense has always been in the 2030s, Miami, Clemson, or whoever, they're going to try joining the FCC or FSU will try joining the SEC. And once that blows up, we can get like a big leagues and then we could get like a smaller leagues for everybody else. That's best case. I don't see it going back to the way it used to be. Worst case is a lot worse. Is programs start cutting their program. So hopefully it doesn't get to that, but yeah, very very unstable time right now.